Well, we've got our first staying race coming up for the season over the 2,000 metres. It's the Class 3 contest, the Hong Kong China's Paris 2024 Olympic Team Celebration Cup. And Nick, there's one you're keen on in this race. It is Ensued, who of course won first up and second up last season.
Yeah, it's probably easier to say than the race title, isn't it? It's a bit of a mouthful, but yeah, look, pretty keen on this guy. Look, I think it could be a good day for John Size. I think he's got some nice horses. Well, we know he's got some nice horses running today, but this is one of them. Last seen in the Derby, so he's had a very good break. He's had a good number of trials for this. He's looked good in the trials, stays well, fresh record's good. You never question Zed Purton going on, so there's a lot to like.
And when he did win first up, Paul, he was pretty good. And then, of course, he ran round to the BMW Hong Kong Derby. He was trapped wide there and things didn't go to plan, but he was right in the market for that race.
Yeah, look, he was at 6.8, so he's one of the favourites of the Derby. We haven't seen him since, but he's got that really good fresh up record. He's had some trials to get him ready. The last trial at Chung Fa was pretty good as well. There's a lot of all-ups have gone through him, so punters have really latched onto him now at 2.1.
And one thing about him, Nick, he's actually, for a staying horse, he's actually got quite a good turn of foot.
He has, yeah. Look, and I mean, he's always looked like a stayer, but as you say, he's a stayer that can accelerate perhaps quicker than we see normal stayers, in inverted commas, say 2,000-metre horses, doing so here. So, yeah, look, he is a nice horse. He's running here off 85. So, and let's not forget, he's got the notable scalp of 5G Patch last December, who is now a group race winner. So his form is strong.
Who's his main danger, Paul? Is it the horse below him, Orson Fluke?
Well, that's punters have saying that. He's a 3.2 chance. And we spoke to Andrea Zini on Racing to Win, and he was definitely one of the ones that he said it was his best ride of the day. So I think he's a chance. I don't mind Universal Horizon. Now, he's 18s, and I really like the way he hit the line last time, up to 2,000 metres firm. I think he's overs at 18s.
Okay, he has raced to 2,000 metres in the past, Jenny, but it seems at this point, as we come down to you, the market all about the top two here, but Ensued had a pretty good first campaign here. He's pretty impressive in a couple of those runs.
Look, he really was. There's no doubt about it. He's coming in after a long layoff, really, 203 days. We haven't seen him, but we know that John Size can get the job done. 2,000 metres first up. It's always a bit of a task, but he's a horse that is definitely capable. I thought an interesting runner in the race, though, was Supreme Agility. I really liked his trial on the all-weather, and I thought his first up run wasn't too bad. Now, he comes from Brazil. He had good form over there. He's stepping up in distance, and I think he could be well suited over the 2,000 metres here. So I'm giving him a bit of a chance. I think Ricky Yu has got Awesome Fluke going really well, so I think he's not without some sort of claims in this race as well. So I'm probably leaning a little bit to Supreme Agility, but we'll have a look how they parade.
And he's trying at 2,000 metres for the first time, Nick, is Supreme Agility. And he's got a close-up run behind Star Contact, who ran well on Wednesday night.
He did, yeah. Look, he's obviously improving, showing a bit more, isn't he, from a good draw. And, well, the market at this stage here, Paul, has got him around about 8.5 through the all-ups.
Yeah, you can see that all those all-ups came for Ensued, 2.5 into 2.1. Awesome Fluke, he's come into 3.2. Packing Hurricanes out to 12. 8.5 Supreme Agility. 21 Winning Dragon. 18 about Universal Horizon. 18 Carrot is at 11. 44 is the bottom two. Bright Inheritance, who has won at close to 200 to 1. Bright Inheritance. And Beauty Live at 44.
Okay, this here is the first leg of the first treble today, the early treble. So if you're a fan of a treble, your opportunity here to get on. In this race here, Paul.
We move on to race number 3. This is a Class 3 event for horses going 2,000 meters or the distance of 1.25 miles. My top choice is horse number 1, Ensued. We haven't seen this one since March, when this one was a distant 12th. I think you can draw a line through that race. For one, it was against pretty solid company. For another, it was a stark departure from what we had seen from this horse 2, 3, and 4 starts back. If he's ready to go off the bench beneath Zach Purton, I think he's got a very big shot in his seasonal debut. Behind that one, let's go with number 2, Awesome Fluke in second, number 6, Universal Horizon in third, and number 3, Packing Hurricane in fourth. 1, 2, 6, and 3 for me in the upcoming third at Shot In.
Fifth in that trial to the 2,000 metres here.
Yeah, indeed, and he's obviously a very interesting runner, isn't he? And look, I mean, he's a Brazilian-bred horse, so not too sure about his pedigree, etc. But he's given you the impression that perhaps the further he goes, the better he can be.
Here we go with Ensued, and back on the inside here, Supreme Agility. Ensued, Paul. comes out of the Derby behind Massive Sovereign. Zach was on board for this most recent trial, but liked the way he just got home here under his own steam.
Yeah, he really hit the line nicely, didn't he? He's up 19 pounds since the Derby. He's 1,072. But look, he just hit the line really nicely. Nice trial for him. And when he did win, he was 1,063, 1,065. So he's quite similar in weight.
Let's start, Jenny, with Winning Dragon, who's at 20-1 here. Winning Dragon for Tony Cruz and Brenton of Della. Never really ran on at all last start behind Pray for Mer.
No, he was a little bit disappointing. That was first up, of course. But look, he's probably capable of turning that around. Very quiet, relaxed type of horse. Not a care in the world. So casual here in the parade. In fact, he just strolls so slowly here. He carries no excess condition. He does walk out nice and freely. He looks nice and healthy. Actually presents quite well. So I could easily leave him there with some sort of hope. There's nothing wrong with him.
That is Winning Dragon, son of Ivan Denisovich. Brendan Abdullah on board has won on him in the past. Horse 7 is 18 carat. Jenny currently ran about a 10-1 chance. He's got a tongue tie going on, added to the blinkers today. He's drawn gate 1, can go forward, has shown pace in the past when winning.
Yeah, definitely. I would expect him to do that from gate number 1. So hopefully he jumps on terms and can make good use of that. He needs a tiny little loosen up in front. He's actually a really nice looking horse. He's got size and scope. He's also got some strength. The attitude is good. So it's just minor in front that he needs to loosen up. Everything else is good.
2.1 and 1.2. Zach looking for a race-to-race double with the 4-year-old by Lemon Drop Kid. Scales say up 19 pounds for his first assignment to the season, body weight wise. Ensued, and getting a good look up close there at the favourite.
Yeah, look, the other horse I was talking about was 18 carat, so this is Ensued, and he looks in great order. He looks, well, he would come to hand pretty quickly because he never carries much excess condition, and he looks ready to go. He looks nice and healthy and fit. He's beautifully behaved. He's walking out cleanly, nice and alert, and having a good inquisitive look around. He's in good order.
It's a good report there with the favourite Ensued, if you like him. Awesome Fluke next up, Jenny. Horse number 2, Andrea Rizzani on board. He mentioned to us on the show that he thinks he's got a cracking chance. He would seem to on form, wouldn't he?
Look, he would. He's a funny one to look at. He's a very solid-bodied horse. He's not a totally smooth walking horse. He's got a bit of a pronounced knee action. Even behind, he can be a little bit stiff walking. So he just needs a bit of general loosening up. But he's going well, and that's normally how he parades. So you can ignore the way he walks. He always carries that little bit of weight as well, but by his standards, he's the same. So I'll say place chance for him.
Andrea Rizzani and Ricky Yu. Andrea was our special guest this week on Racing to Win. You can head onto the website and check that out, hkjc.com under audio and video. Packing Hurricane, Jenny's got a good record to course and distance, and he's got a 7-pound claim.
Yeah, look, he's not a terribly smooth walking horse in front with that off front, and I've noted this before with him. So that's my only concern with him. Everything else about him is quite good. He's fit, his attitude is good, he's nice and healthy. So he actually presents okay, but he does require that loosen up.
He's got some good course and distance credentials, that's for sure. Decent price about him, actually, here in this race, 10 minutes away from a start. Here's 4, Supreme Agility. Jenny mentioned he was close up at the Valley last time out. Draws gate 2, Hugh Bowman's on. First go over this trip.
He looks really fit as well, but he only weighs in at 996 pounds. He's eager and ready to go as well. Looks healthy in his coat. Fluency, hard to tell. I can't see much wrong with it. But, he's not just relaxed and walking out. But he's really fit and healthy, so I can leave him there with a chance. I think he could improve here.
Okay. Bowman and Pierrung, barrier number 2. As we see runners parading here for our third event here at Sharton. The next runner we're going to highlight looks to be saddlecloth number 6. It is Universal Horizon. Jenny Francis Lloyd Vincent Ho made up a bit of ground behind Turin Star Spangled last start. Tries the course and distance for the second time.
Yeah, look, he was slow out when he tried it the first time and he ran on okay. So I don't think it's much of a problem for him. Whether or not he's good enough, we'll have to wait and see. As far as looks go, muscled up in the shoulder, quite nicely put together horse, but he's not smooth in front either. He just requires a bit of loosening up. And since he's come into the parade, he's actually loosened up a little bit better. So by the time he gets to the gates, he should be fine.
It's Universal Horizon. interesting, couldn't he, at this sort of distance? I think he looked a little bit sort of one-paced. Bright Inheritance, Jenny managed to get his one and only win here in Hong Kong at massive odds. He's having his first go over 2,000 metres. Only beat one home last time.
Yeah, look, he probably had a slight excuse last time when the track was rain affected, and he did cover a little bit of ground, so can give him a forgive for that. His coat is okay. It's not brilliant, but he does look quite fit, and he does appear to be. He seems to be walking out okay. He might require a little loosen up in front, but generally speaking, he's not a bad type. So he's okay. He's maybe a place chance.
And Beauty Live, Jenny, the cheek pieces are off. I thought battled on okay behind Turin Star Spangled last time out. Another go at course and distance for him with a lightweight here of only 115.
Yeah, he's been struggling for a little while, though, hasn't he? So I'm not sure if he can turn it round, but at least he gets him with the lightweight. The horse is healthy. He's really nicely behaved. He's not overly big, about your average height, but he's fit, stiff walking behind, but healthy. So he gets a pass.
I think what he does have is pretty good second up stats, actually. 4 runs, a win, a second. So it might be the time to catch him. It's just whether or not he can see out the distance, I suppose. Best turned out horse is Universal Horizon. Very well done to Hees Marfu there.
Yes, with the selection panel, including Mark Kwan Ching and Mr. Ching Yun, the Hong Kong China windsurfing athletes of the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. And a prize presented there to the Marfu with Universal Horizon, Nick.
Yes, indeed. I can't confess to being a big fan of windsurfing, but I'm sure it's something that could get into, that's for sure. Right, we've seen them all, haven't we, for race 3. We're going to market update with Paul.
Yep.
We go back to Jenny.
Yeah, and Shude hasn't moved from that 2.1. We've got 3.3 about Awesome Fluke, 12 about Packing Hurricane, 7.9 Supreme Agility, 21 Winning Dragon, 16 about Universal Horizon, 11, 18 Carrot, 39 Bright Inheritance, and Beauty Live, he's at 41.
Okay, that is the market for the 9 horses to partake in our first trophy event this afternoon, the Hong Kong China's Paris 2024 Olympic Team Celebration Cup. Jenny, who's on top from the paddock?
Number 1 goes on top, so he's well in the market and favourite once again. We've had a few of these favoured runners go well today, and I think he will. He looks really well prepared from the John Size yard. Very fit and healthy looking, walking out nice and freely. He goes on top of number 5, Winning Dragon. I like his persona, this horse. He's a really quiet, relaxed type of horse. He also looks fit, and he's had the benefit of 1 run, so we'll see if he can pick it up from that last run, because it was a bit on the poor side, but he does look good. The 4, Supreme Agility, he looks fit and ready to go. Thought he paraded nicely too, just a little bit on his toes, but he hasn't got too hot and bothered. There he is on screen. And the 7, I thought 18 Carrot, paraded pretty well. He just needs a little bit of a loosen up in front, but other than that, he actually looks really quite fit. So I would expect him to go forward from gate 1 here. In order for me, 1, 5, 4 and 7.
Thank you, Jenny. 1, 5, 4 and 7. There is the favourite going to post there, shining out nicely under Zach. He goes on top from the parade. 1, 5, 4 and 7 are the numbers here for race number 3. Mark, as we come to you for your numbers on our third, please.
On the one here, Nick ensued at 2.2 and 1.2. Class dropped 3 trials to get ready, straight to 2,000 metres, but he's won first up in the past. He's got a great record over the 2,000 metres. John Size, never going to question him sending a horse straight to 2,000 metres. The master trainer, if he's happy enough to do that, happy enough to go with and shoot on top. 1 on top to beat. Number 4, Supreme Agility. Interests a little bit on that 4th behind Star Contact at Happy Valley. He was good on Wednesday night, Star Contact in defeat with a big weight. He never turned it up against I Can. But the big thing for Supreme Agility is going to the 2,000 metres for the first time. The run under the belt could come into play in the last little bit too. But 1 to beat 4. In for third, number 2, Awesome Fluke. He's a horse that's won twice course and distance, and one of those wins was huge. He did it really tough, and it's been a case of the further the better for him. He's looking to add another win over 2,000 metres here. And 6, Universal Horizon, just the second time trip. Thought it opened up a little bit behind the top 3, as the market suggests also. So 1, 4, 2 and 6, Paul, for the third.
Yeah, I'm with the one as well. And Shoot, look, he's won fresh in the past, and he's got good in his trials leading into it. So John Sizer's horses start to hit their straps about now, and I think he can win. And Shoot to beat the 6 Universal Horizon, there's a bit of value about him. 16s currently is in from 18s. I think he'll be running on strongly towards the end. 18 Carat now. When he won his race over the course and distance from 11, he went to the front and led all the way. So from barrier 1, I think he'll try and lead, and he gets a tongue tie on for the first time, does 18 Carat. And he's again a double figure price at 11, and then the second favourite, Awesome Fluke. So ended up 1, 6, 7 and 2.
Yeah, 1, 2, 4 and 3. On top is Ensued. I think he's definitely the one to beat. No spoils about the price here at 2.2 and 1.3, but got a good first up record. He's looked to have trialled very well leading into this Ensued. And of course, John's only had one winner through the opening. What are we up to today? 11 meetings or 10 meetings of the season so far, which is not unusual at all. He normally does take a little time to fire up, but I think we're getting very close to that point of the season now where he starts kicking a few more goals. So not unusual at all for John to have a slow start to the season, but I think Ensued can get on the board here for him. Ahead of Awesome Fluke, who was on speed up outside the leader, put up a good showing. Andrea Razzini was our guest on Racing to Win this week, and he was quite bullish about the chances of Awesome Fluke. Falls in for third, Supreme Agility, and the other one I thought could run a drum here is Packing Hurricane, Alice Wong and Casper Founds. 1, 2, 4 and 3.
Yeah, look, I totally agree with the comments made about John Size. I think he's certainly unleashing some of the bigger guns today, that's for sure. None more so than Beauty Eternal later on. But I think Ensued can get him off to a good start here. He's also got Vonderbar coming up in the last. But this horse, look, I think we've said everything there is to say about him. Obviously, he stays well, he goes well fresh, and looks like he's been well prepared for this with the 3 trials. So Ensued on top for me. I've made him the best of the afternoon. Awesome Fluke in for second. I think he's his biggest danger. That was a nice return from him. So expect a bold show. That was over a mile as well. So back up to a much more suitable trip, it would seem. 3, Packing Hurricane goes in for third. Look, I think I was more than happy just to work around those that have got form over this sort of course and distance, because there might be 1 or 2 in here that have got something to prove after today, whether or not they do stay 2,000. But we'll obviously find out in the fullness of time. But Packing Hurricane loves this course and distance here, and Ellis Wong taking 7 off will be a help. And Universal Horizon, I thought was probably best of the rest, actually. He has had a go over the trip, and he's having another try here today. And he's always looked as if he's just that little bit one-paced and takes a bit of time to work up into top gear. But once he gets there, he can finish off strongly. But I went 1, 2, 3 and 6 here, Jenny.
I'm with you with the 1. I thought Ensued presented really nicely from the John Size yard. Had that horror trip in the Derby, was really wide, and things didn't go right for him there. But I think he could bounce back nicely here fresh. He looks really well. He goes on top of number 5, Winning Dragon. He needs to turn around a bit of average form, this horse, but steps up to the 2,000 here. He looks fit and well. He was just so calm and relaxed in the parade. He looked good. I thought the 4, Supreme Agility, also paraded well. I thought he was a chance stepping up in distance too, and he's got Hugh Bowman on from gate number 2, likely to get himself a nice run. The 7 horse, Next Best, that's 18 Carat, needs a little loosen up in front, but I thought he looked really fit, and he's had the benefit of 1 run as well. Distance likely to suit from gate number 1 here. Just needs to be rated well. He's going to go up there and be on the lead, but he certainly looks fit enough to run a decent race. 1, 5, 4 and 7.
There are some of the Hong Kong, China athletes from the Paris 2024 Olympic Games there on the screen. We've got a presentation coming up after this, which is the first of our trophy events. Of course, gold medal winning Vivian Kong up there just on screen. Paul, the play quickly. We're not far away.
Yeah, 1, 6, 7. So Ensued with a couple of good prices. Universal Horizon at 17, 18 Carat, who's just come into 9.8, but 2.2 favourite in Ensued.
As they move in here, Mark, only a few more left to load for our 2,000-metre contest.
His first 2,000-metre race of the season from memory too. This one, Thomas Packing Hurricane is about to find his gate. That'll leave Supreme Agility having his first look over 2,000 metres here in Hong Kong. They're all in for the third place money for the 7, 18 Carat. Racing in front of the stands to a pretty good start. Winning Dragon ridden for pace. He's going to find the rail first. Packing Hurricane Ensued. He's wider into the first turn from Awesome Fluke, who's wider again. Then 18 Carat. Supreme Agility is 1 off as Universal Horizon drifts back. Beauty Lives wide around the first turn. And Bright Inheritance is last of all. Winning Dragon the leader though over Ensued, going up to be second on the outside. 3 wide is Awesome Fluke from 18 Carat. Then came Packing Hurricane. Supreme Agility's on the move early from Bright Inheritance. Universal Horizon second last, and Beauty Lives a length and a half away last of all. New leader going to the back by the Shingmun River. At the 1400 metre mark, it's Awesome Fluke who's taken over. Supreme Agility went forward and had room to drop in to trail the speed. Running third, Winning Dragon. Fourth in Shoot, fifth 18 Carat. Then Packing Hurricane from Bright Inheritance. Universal Horizon second last, and Beauty Live is 1 1/4 away back at the tail end, and probably 9 off the lead. It's Awesome Fluke, a 2-time 2,000 metre winner, leading with 9:50 to go. Supreme Agility running second, and first up is Ensued, the favourite, third on the outer, Winning Dragon fourth the rail. Then came 18 Carat, 3 wide Packing Hurricane from Bright Inheritance, Universal Horizon, and Beauty Live is a length away last of all. Leader remains Awesome Fluke by a length. Supreme Agility second, Packing Hurricane wide being sent forward, and Shoot buzzing up in the middle. Then came Winning Dragon, 18 Carat, hard ridden to improve, so to Universal Horizon, Bright Inheritance and Beauty Live the last two. In the straight with 400 to go, Awesome Fluke, Supreme Agility, wider out Ensued from Winning Dragon. Then came 18 Carat, who has been heavily backlayed. Awesome Fluke, he's hard to get past. He leads half a length on Ensued. 18 Carat from Winning Dragon, taking a gap now. Awesome Fluke still leads. Winning Dragon and Shooter trying to pick him up. It's still Awesome Fluke. Winning Dragon, 18 Carat with a late run. Winning Dragon driving. Winning Dragon maybe. Winning Dragon from either 18 Carat or Awesome Fluke. Ensued fourth. Then came Supreme Agility. Next in Bright Inheritance from Beauty Live, Packing Hurricane, and Universal Horizon is the last one in. Winning Dragon, it looks to be, yes, number 5 at 15 and 3.7. Brenton Avdulla and Tony Cruz. He was green lamped, 15 and 3.7. Over either 2 Awesome Fluke at 1.4, 18 Carat at 1.8. He was backed into third favourite 18 Carat. Winning Dragon won it at the start. Avdulla out fast, barrier 3, straight on the rail, took a trail. And for a horse that's done his best racing across at Happy Valley, he's been able to notch one here at Sha Tin this afternoon. Officially a photo, but Winning Dragon looks to have got the job done and made it 5 from 34. Awesome Fluke is so hard to get past. He was lifting, he's gone down. It's not official. It looks as though it's the 5. Good start. Winning Dragon ridden for pace. He's going to find the rail first.
So conditions should suit him okay, but yeah, look, he's plenty short enough in what is sort of typically an open sort of race, really.
Yes, Jockey's Challenge has been suspended. In-play betting has now been suspended. Zach Purton there?
Yeah, must be, yeah. He's had a couple of wins, hasn't he, already?
Okay, so we'll just take note of that the Jockey Challenge, if you are betting into that, has been suspended. Replays of all of today's races can, of course, be found on the website, hkjc.com. And you can find everything you need to know regarding Hong Kong racing there. We've got Racing to Win with Andrea Razzini, our guest this week. Of course, he rides Voyage Bubble, Nick, but you'll also find everything else there, the form, the trials, the track work, the winning factor. It's all there on the website.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to miss it, that's for sure. Just interesting enough, actually, when looking at you can download the form for the simulcast races. There's now actually a clickable link to watch the replay of certain races that we've simulcast in the past as well. So you can get all that if you're big into your simulcast action. Also, I've just noticed that today with the Japanese form guides there actually online.
There's plenty of simulcast racing to come, Paul, over the month or the second half of October and also November. We've got the Caulfield Cup, the Everest coming up, and of course the big one, the Melbourne Cup, coming up soon too.
Yeah, all the action starting in Victoria and Australia for this spring carnival. So we're covering quite a bit of it here in Hong Kong.
Let's start, Jenny, with Satirical Glory. How's he parading?
Yeah, look, he's a big, tall, strong-bodied horse, 1197 pounds he weighs in at today. So he's put on another 13 pounds. He looks in great health. He's got a nice, healthy shine to his coat. And he looks fit enough as well. He's had that one run and he was able to finish third. So not a bad effort. He looks in good order, walking out well by his standards.
That is the 9, Satirical Glory there. Lyle Hewson will be on board him. Solid start there for his new stable, Michael Chang, who is now his new trainer there, 10 and 3. Is his price currently. Not too many horses in the parade, actually, ahead of our next race. So Just waiting for the main body of the field to make their way in. It looks like California Totality is with us, so we might well be heading that way very shortly indeed. We are right on cue. Blinkers going back on. Jenny Visors coming off. He's had 127 days off. He's won a recent Chungfa trial. Was lame on a left fore after a barrier trial, hence that he hasn't been seen for a little while.
No, look, he hasn't, but he's not fussed about it, that's for sure. He's just so quiet and relaxed. He looks in terrific order. Coat's absolutely gleaming. He looks like he's done a ton of work. He looks really fit going into this. And he's walking out nicely as well. Now, he did have a lameness issue, lame left leg after a trial, but there's nothing wrong with his action here, and he looks fit enough, healthy enough and well.
Okay, so big price for him at the moment. Phantom Cyclone. Jenny hasn't done a great deal in 3 runs to date. The 4-year-old by Bellardo. First time 1,600 today.
Yeah, look, I'll just get over to him. I think he's just about to make his way into the lineup, going out at very big odds. He did arrive with New Zealand wet track form, so he's not going to get that here today. He is well behaved here in the parade. He does look fit enough. He has got a bit of scope. He's not a hopeless type, and he actually walks out freely. So an improved effort's not going to shock the way he presents. He actually looks quite good.
Yeah, well behaved he is, but well beaten he has been. So he would need to perhaps show a little bit more, as Jenny alluded to there. Obviously, the form overseas was on softer underfoot conditions. Divas 12 here, Jenny, horse number 4. He's been in a ripe old vein of form of late, but he has drawn 14 here, which is not going to be easy.
No, not going to be easy, but he's kept up to the mark as far as appearance goes. He looks good. Really neat type of horse. Very healthy, nice and alert, maintains his fitness level. And, he's got Zach Purton to try and offset the gate. But he's also got 133 pounds to carry. So it's not going to be an easy assignment, but the horse has been very consistent and he does look well.
True Genius, Jenny. He hasn't done a great deal. He's dropping in grade here. How's he looking?
He's he's gone. He's walking away from me at the moment, so I'll just need to catch up to him, or we may just come back to him. But we might come back to him. Let's do that.
Rightio. We'll come back to True Genius. We'll make a note of that. We've got number 5 on screen now, Jenny. This is the favourite, Family Jewel at 2.1.
He looks nice and relaxed, this horse. He's a last start winner. He's backed up well from that. He weighs in at 1,020 pounds, but he hasn't lost any weight. Or he doesn't look like he's lost any weight, let's put it that way. He's fine-skinned, healthy and well-behaved. He looks good.
It's a good report there for Family Jewel, if you're with the favourite, 2.1. So he's pretty short at this stage, but he clearly is a horse on the upgrade, it would seem. Hugh Bowman riding him for the second time. The one and only time he rode him was last start, of course, when victorious. Accolades start here, Jenny. Danny Sherman, Keegan DeMello teaming up with this fellow. This will be his first go in Class 4. He is 0 from 9 so far.
Look, I've put this horse in on a couple of occasions because he's quite a nice type and he walks out really well. He looks nice and fit and healthy. And all that is the same again here today, but I've been disappointed with what I've seen under race conditions. He hasn't shown us a great deal. I can't rule him out on looks because, once again, as I said, he looks very well. But I just need to see him do something.
Principled, 2 trials leading into this, Jenny, pushed out a bit in that most recent one.
He's only a very small horse. He lacks a bit of scope. He does look fit enough and he's actually walking out okay. Attitude's not too bad, but he's small and just doesn't have a great deal of scope. So I'm happy to watch him.
Here's the famous Wong Silks there, the black and silver. So good luck to Eddie and all the team there involved with Principled. Coming patch number 8 here, Jenny. This horse now £2 higher than his last win, so he's getting back to his last winning mark, it would seem, and he's back over the mile, which should suit.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, he's a bit of a one-hit wonder at this stage of his career, but he's also not a hopeless type to look at. He's got some body strength. He looks nice and healthy in his coat. A little bit of a pronounced knee action. He's bandaged in front. So that's the only obvious thing with him. Other than that, I like his strength. I like his attitude. So he's a place chance.
Gallant Hero, Jenny, he's at over 50 to 1 for David Hall and Luke Ferraris.
Gallant Hero, he's a horse that can parade quite nicely. He's a 6-year-old ISG. He's got himself just a tad warm here in the parade. He's just a floating walking action on him. That's his style. But warm, nuggety type. Does need a little loosen up in front, but strong enough. He gets a pass, but place only.
He's only ever won on the all-weather at Happy Valley. 0 from 12 here on the turf at Shartin. Might just be a little bit off-putting. Midori Burley, Jenny, this is the third run back. He's been $24, $32, and he was 4 lengths behind Family Jewel 2 starts ago.
Yeah, not a bad effort, and well drawn here. So I'm not sure whether or not he can take advantage of barrier 2 because he can be a bit tardy out of the gates. To look at, he's not a hopeless type. He's got a bit of size about him. He's got some strength. He walks out cleanly. He looks fit enough going into this. This will be third up for him this campaign. So I could consider him. He actually looks well.
Darcy Joy, Jenny's down the stable of David Eustace. He's a 4-time winner, 2 of them course and distance. How is he looking for 45 pounds less?
45 pounds less. Well, he's never looked strong, but he just looks really fit. I don't think... I wouldn't be worried about it. He doesn't look light. He just looks fit. He's walking out nice and freely, and he looks healthy. He's not a standout type, but good attitude, fit, free in his action, healthy. So he's good.
That is Darcy Joy, interesting newcomer for the Eustace stable. Soaring Bronco here, Jenny. This horse has put in 2 very decent runs since returning to action this season, I feel.
Yeah, they have been okay. Now, he just needs a bit of a loosen up in front, but other than that, everything else is quite good about him. Good attitude, nice, healthy-looking coat, a little bit of size and scope. He actually presents okay. I've got him more as a place chance, though, on looks.
Okay, and we've seen the 14 yet?
No, we haven't seen him.
So did you see him before he left Jenny Chater Gold?
Yeah, look, I got a quick glimpse of him. I thought he looked good last time I saw him, and I think he looks good again here today. So I could see him running a bit of a race. He's off a rating of 43, so he's not far off a class drop, but with 118 pounds in the way he presents, I could give him a chance here. I don't think he looks bad at all.
And I presume you didn't in the end get a look at the one, Jenny.
I couldn't chase him down, as it turned out, True Genius. Now, when I've seen him in the past, he's a very small horse, and he's quite a neat type as well. I rarely put him into the top 4. Whether or not I would have today, I just didn't see him, so I have to leave him out.
Okay, that's True Genius. There he is going to post. Keen enough to get on with things as well, it would seem. Right, Jenny will put together her top 4 for us for the sailing handicap. This is race 6, the race before the Group 2 feature this afternoon. Family Jewel here, Paul. He's plenty short enough.
Yeah, 2.1. He hasn't drifted. But anyway, True Genius 35, 18 California Totality, 77 Phantom Cyclone, 10 Divas 12, 80 Accolade Start, Principled 108. 17 about Coming Patch, 10 about Satirical Glory, Gallant Hero 56, 17 Midori Burley, 17 Darcy Joy, 7.3 Soaring Bronco, and in single figures there, Chater Gold at 9.3.
Okay, down to you, Jenny. 5.5 minutes out to hear from race number 6.
All right, so I'm going to go with one of the Tony Cruz runners here, number 2, California Totality. So he's making his debut this season. He has had a lameness issue. That was way back in June, so he's had plenty of time to get over that. I thought he was walking out well. His trial was nice enough, and he looks fit and ready to go. He's got a great attitude. So I've got him on top of number 5. That is the favourite, Family Jewel. He's backed up well, this horse. He looks really fit and well. I think another solid chance here. It can be slow out of the gates, but his last win was quite impressive, so he goes in. The 12 horse, Darcy Joy. Now David Eustace has this horse. He's dropped 45 pounds, but he looks good for it. He actually looks really fit. So I'm going to put him in at those odds. And I thought number 11 paraded quite well too. That's Midori Burley, another one going out at reasonable odds. Gate 2 for him, nicely drawn, nice enough type as well. Just needs to pick up a bit. He hasn't done a great deal, but I thought he looked good. So 2, 5, 12 and 11.
Thank you, Jenny. 2, 5, 12, 11 are the numbers. California Totality at a bit of odds here. Perhaps to upset the apple cart in race number 6. Mark, as we come to you for your numbers on the race that's going to lead us nicely into the Group 2.
He got the 80, Nick Coming Patch as the long shot of the day. He hasn't had a whole lot of luck since he won over the 1,600 metres. He's only been lightly raced, 12, 1,400, 1,600 and 1,400 metres. Only had the 2 goes over the mile for that one win, and the other time he didn't really get much room in the straight at all from the 300 to about the 50-metre mark. He's drawn 12, but it's a good long run into the first turn, and he's at 17 and 4.8. So 8 goes on top to beat number 5, Family Jewel. He was good last start, missed the start, recovered, and still too good. However, the form out of that race, Special Head just disappointed since he didn't run out the trip last time after looking like he was going to win and fold it up. Divas 12 goes in for sure and certain because he's looking for back-to-back wins and has a good record over the 1,600 metres. Number 2, California Totality, Brenton Avdella and Tony Cruz. Another one with a wide draw. He's had 2 trials, including a pretty good one last one up at Chung Fa that he won. So on top here, Paul, it's 8, 5, 4 and 2.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. I'm with the 2, California Totality. I think he's a massive overs here at 17 and 3.7. Looked really good last season, won 2 of his 10 starts. Blinkers on, and he's won a recent trial. Barrier 13 is the only negative, but combination's already won here this afternoon. On the other hand, Family Jewel, I think, is too short. He's at 2.1, but look, he's going to run well, and he could win easily enough. That was a good win from him last time, but even money now for him. He's the shortest of the day so far. Chater Gold down the bottom with the lightweight's been consistent, and Divas 12 just overcome Barrier 14. 2, 5, 14, 4.
Yeah, Divas 12, I was looking for something to oppose him. Family Jewel's in there as well, but I wouldn't have been rushing to queue up for even money about Family Jewel in this race. I thought it was more open than that. But Divas 12 in at 10s and 2.6. Barrier 14 makes it a little awkward here, but if there's one man that can overcome that, it's Zach Purton. So 4-2 beat 5. Family Jewel. He's in. He's had a quiet barrier trial since his last win. He was a little bit slow away there too in that last effort, but was too strong on the run to the wire, and even further in trip in time will certainly assist him. Darcy Joy, I'm going to put him in. He's been an old fave from seasons gone by. He's in a new stable. He's 18 and 4.2. And the other one I've got in here is number 11, that should be. And that is Midori Burley at 16 to 1. I thought he made some good enough ground last time out. So 4, 5, 12 and 11, Nick.
Okay, Tom, thank you. Yes, I've gone 14 here, Chater Gold. Look, I've been a big fan of Family Jewel, and I was with him last time. But again, look, he has, I mean, look, he's even money now. But when looking at the race, I thought it looked very open. And Chater Gold, who actually 2 starts ago ran a really good race over course and distance. And this is his second run of the new season. I thought he acquitted himself well behind Divas 12 last time out. He ran on well. Harry Bentley's on lightweight. I know he's got gate 11, but he probably will be held up somewhere in the second half of the field. So I think Chater Gold can get off the mark here at start number 10. Family Jewel in for second. Look, no knock on him, of course. He's up £6 for that win last time out, but he looks very upwardly mobile. And I thought the win on the quick ground, beating Special Hedge, was good, and there might be a bit more to come. Divas 12 goes in. Look, the draws are concerned, but I think the fact I like Chater Gold, you've got to sort of like Divas 12 as well in a line through that form. And number 9, Satirical Glory. He started well for Michael Chang. It's only his second start for the new stable, formerly with David Hayes. Just a one-time winner from 24, so he's not easy to win with. He can lead if he wants to as well. He did so a couple of starts ago, but he was good last time, and up to the mile here, I think, can suit. 14, 5, 4 and 9, Jenny.
I've gone with the 2. I thought California Totality presented really fit looking, great attitude as well, walking out nice and freely. And he did have a genuine excuse last time.
And they're racing. He was second last out, Family Jewel. Gallant Hero missed it by 3, but that tends to be him. Satirical Glory, Soaring Bronco, both away well with Accolade Start. Midori Burley right there. Chater Gold, California Totality wider. True Genius is in the first clump of horses on the rail. From Darcy Joy and Divas 12 has been able to get one off from his wide draw. 3 to Phantom Cyclone, Family Jewel coming patch principled, and Gallant Heroes 2.5 lengths away last of all. Satirical Glory leads. He's still wide on the course. Accolade starts outside of him. Soaring Bronco third, and True Genius against the rail as Satirical Glory crosses down. No Luck California Totality wide from Darcy Join, a line of 4. Divas 12 one off, and Chater Gold 3 out. And Chater Gold just in some bother coming off the back. Divas 12 eased as well. 2 lengths to Family Jewel. Then came Phantom Cyclone, Principled and coming patch. And Gallant Heroes 5 lengths away last of all. 600 to go. Satirical Glory leads by a half a length. Soaring Bronco second, Accolade Start third, and then California Totality, Midori Burley, and then came True Genius, hard ridden from Divas, 12 Chater Gold is next, and back nearer to the inside, Darcy Joy, leader Satirical Glory, over California Totality, Chater Gold, Divas, 12, coming Patchwater out, Family Jewel through the centre, Chater Gold leads, Family Jewel's coming after him, California Totality still there from Divas, 12, Family Jewel though has taken over, and the favourite's going to be Too Good. Family Jewel beat Chater Gold, California Totality and Coming Patch. Then Divas 12, Soaring Bronco, Darcy Joy, next in Principle, Satirical Glory, Midori Burley, Phantom Cyclone, True Genius, Accolade Start and Gallant Hero. Family Jewel got the blows out to 2.6 and 1.4 at the close, but Bowman's been able to steer a passage through. Over 14 Chater Gold, Harry Bentley at 2.7. And 2 California Totality at 3 a place. Coming Patch is going to run fourth. 5, 14, 2 and 8. 5 starts, 2 wins. They were lining up. He wasn't one of the possibilities when they did line up, and then all of a sudden he appeared through the centre.
Gives one of these horses the opportunity to step up. I think we're all excited to see a number of these horses back. And as I said, Galaxy Patch has a huge fan club already at this young, early stage of his career. So, yeah, can't wait to see them.
I think P is almost keeping the door ajar that if he runs well and keeps on going, they might be inclined to put him back up over 2,000 metres again too.
Well, quite possibly. I mean, as we spoke about, he's a big gangly type of horse, and he does look like he'd get over a fair bit of ground, and he's proven that he's so versatile already. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens.
Okay, Paul, take us through the market with such a short price favourite here.
Yes, Tom. Look at the all-ups. Voyage Bubble 12 out to 16. Now, that's a big price. Beauty Eternal 4.9. Beauty Joy's out to 18. 2.1 into 1.6 Galaxy Patch. Red Lion is at 12. Straight Aaron at 40. 8.7 Chang Chang Glory. 46 Last City Blanche and Golden Scenery at 36. So some big prices outside the favourite.
Let's head into the parade ring now. We've got Chang Cheng Glory on screen, Jenny. He won 6 races last season. Very, very honest horse out of the Francis Loy stable, and he's in the market at 8.3 with the lightweight.
Wow, I think Francis has produced him looking an absolute treat here. First up for this race. He's so calm and relaxed. He's a horse that's got a bit of size about him. He's a very athletic looking horse. He looks well prepared, looks nice and fit. He does appear to be walking out really cleanly as well. I know Paul's quite keen on him. I haven't seen the rest yet, and we've got a classy field, but he looks really well.
That's good to hear. I do like him, the source. I've always had plenty of time for Chang Cheng Glory. 8.3, 1.8. So he's actually playing more for a place than Galaxy Patches for a win at this stage. So he's a little bit lopsided in this market. Voyage Bubble, to another old favourite of mine, Voyage Bubble. How does he look? He's got to carry top weight, 135.
Yeah, look, he's put on 22 pounds, this horse, and it does show a little bit with him. Mind you, he could probably carry it because he's such a big sort of scopy type, and he's likely to just run well anyway because he's so classy. He's beautifully behaved. He's nice and relaxed, just sweating marginally around the flank area and behind, walking out freely enough. He looks well, but win, lose or draw, he'll come on for the run. So I'm going to have him more as a place chance.
Concedes 20 pounds here to those bottom weights in the race. Trial looked very good coming into with this. Of course, he's got romantic warrior form there. Things didn't go right for him in Japan. He was stranded wide throughout. Dubai was a bit of a forget as well for Voyage Bubble. Here is Beauty Eternal, Jenny, the Champions Mile winner at the Champions Day meeting at the end of April. 4.6 and 1.6. 2 trials coming into this.
Yeah, he looks good, actually. Look, as I said, John Size often leaves a little bit to work with, but there's not a lot. I think he's pretty switched on for today. He's beautifully behaved. He's nice and relaxed. The worst thing about him is getting him to the gates. He just plays up badly going to the gates, and Zach has a bit of a torrid time staying on him. But at the moment, he's beautifully behaved. He's all muscled up. He's looking good. He's walking out well. So I'm giving him an each-way chance.
Beauty Joy, the next of the beauty horses, barrier 1 for him.
Beauty Joy is one of these lean-looking types. He's 1,022 pounds here, so he's dropped another 13 pounds. But he's always lean, and he always looks a bit on the skinny side, but he's a very genuine type of racehorse. He always picks up, or generally picks up, prize money. Walking out freely, he is beautifully behaved here. We know he's got a bit of a light mouth, but he could not be any fitter, and he's healthy and that's a good parade from him.
Here he is, Ginny, the favourite, Galaxy Patch. 4 trials coming into this. In one of those trials, he wanted to get a little bit keen when he was sort of restrained. How's he parading?
Yep, you can see he's getting on his toes. He's not too hot and bothered at this stage, just sweating up behind the hind legs there. But I've seen him worse, that's for sure, and he's actually raced well even when he does sweat. So not concerned about that. Hopefully the boys will keep him under control. He does look fit enough to run a decent race here. He's got plenty of size about him and plenty of scope and very free in his action, so he's well.
He's had plenty of trials to get him ready. Here's number 5, Red Lion, Hugh Bowman from Barrier 8.
Red Lion is well enough behaved here. He's got the 2 handlers on him, but he's not doing anything wrong at this stage. Carries a little bit of weight around the midsection there. 11.26 pounds, says he's dropped 2 pounds since he last raced, but he's just carrying a touch. Bandage on those hind legs, little small, compact type. He's okay, but place only.
It was an excellent run from him last time out. Of course, in that race, the first 4 in the Champions Mile around the home turn were the first 4 home, of course, dictated off the front by Beauty Eternal. And he ran a terrific race for a second for John Size and Hugh Bowman. Hopefully we might hear from John Size in just a few moments. Straight Aaron, he's onto his 3rd trainer here in Hong Kong. Jenny, everything was going swimmingly up until, the early part of the calendar year of 2024 when he's just gone really right off the boil.
Yeah, look, he has, but we know that there is an engine there. We've just got to see it again. He's a lovely horse. He's a really athletic type. He's just slightly warm in patches, but he walks out freely enough and he's got a very good attitude. So he actually presents quite well. 1,600 is probably a little on the sharp side for him, but I think going into this fresh, he might run a bit of a race. He looks good.
That's the 6, Straight Aaron at 37 and 5.9 now with would prefer it over a lot further.
He's about to come into my view, this horse. He's an interesting runner. I thought he looked fantastic the day he won the Group 3. And after that, I didn't really put him into the top 4. But, yeah, look, he's not a standout type, but he's looking great in his coat. He's got a beautiful, healthy shine to that. He looks really fit. He never puts on much condition anyway, and he's quite free in his action. So I think he presents pretty well again here. He's not going to be the worst. He's definitely fit enough.
Yeah, trial looked good coming into this, but you'd say the mile is absolute sort of minimum trip. Last City Blanche and the Golden Senior, who of course, Jenny, won the Celebration Cup at Group 3 level. Won that by half the length. Karis Teton rides for Tony Cruz, but from memory, I think Tony Cruz sort of suggested that maybe Group 3 might be his absolute tops.
Yeah, and I think he appreciated the sting out of the track last time. He just needs a little loosen up in front, and that's very normal for him. You can ignore that with the way he walks. He's a beautiful horse. He looks beautifully behaved. He's just nice and fit and healthy looking. There is nothing particularly wrong with him. As I said, just ignore the way he walks in front. He'll loosen up by the time he gets to the gate. So I could leave him there with a place chance.
Okay, that is the 10 in the race, the Golden Scenery, who's at 26 to 1. Back with more shortly, but let's head over to Nick Child, who's standing by with the trainer of Beauty Eternal and also Red Lion. It's John Size.
Yes, thank you very much, Tom. Yeah, double-handed John Size in this race. John, let's start with Beauty Eternal, of course. A big win on Champions Day. It'd be good to get him back on track.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get him back going that well again. He's had a fairly long time away, probably 7 months between racing, which is a fairly long time for this horse, but I think he's come up quite well. He's obviously spelled very well. He's trained up correctly and done everything right, so he's going to take benefit from his race, and he's probably going to improve a lot, hopefully, between now and December. But in saying that, the other horses in the race aren't fully wound up either, so it's an interesting contest.
And just with him in his preparation, obviously his trials have looked visibly impressive. I mean, to what sort of percentage of fitness do you feel you've got him today?
Yeah, it's obviously it's hard to put a figure on that if you want to talk about percentages. But I just think that after this race, a little bit more work, he's probably going to come back fighting fit after one run. He passed preparation last year. He won second up, so he might do the same thing again.
Indeed, obviously he is, of course, not forgetting a Group 1 winner. He was chased when last seen by stable companion Red Lion. I mean, he's been a bit of a warhorse for his connections, hasn't he? I mean, I know he's never won this trip, but he always turns up and runs his race.
He runs very well. He's had to be stretched to 1600, which is his record says he's a 1400-metre horse. But he's tried very hard to get the mile. He's run very well at it. He's run second in a Group 1. And as the same as Beauty Eternal, he'll need the racing.
John, we're not too far off race time, so I'll let you go. But many thanks for chatting to us.
Thank you very much.
Big thank you to John Size there for giving up us a few moments here on the telecast to talk about his charges, Jenny. They're all pretty much first up here, apart from the golden scenery. Who looked best and maybe most forward for the Sharton Trophy?
I thought number 8, Cheng Cheng Glory. I thought he was beautifully presented. The first horse we took a look at looks great in his coat. He looks like he's done a ton of work, and he's just got a really good attitude as well. So he's a winner of 7 of 17. He's no slouch by any means, and with 115 pounds, I think he'll probably roll forward and he should give you a good sight. Beauty Eternal, he's not far off being fully fit. You just heard from John Size there that he'll probably improve with a bit more work under his belt after this as well. I don't totally disagree with that at all. That's how he presented. So he looks fit enough to run a decent race, but he will be spot on after this as well. The 4 goes in Galaxy Patch. He was just on his toes. That's always a little off-putting in the parade, and he just got slightly warm, but he looks really forward. He looks nice and fit going into it. And 6 Straight Aaron. Now, he's probably going to be better over further later, but he's going into this fresh. He looks well prepared. He looks fit enough to run a decent race. He's a nice athletic type. So 8, 2, 4 and 6.
8, 2, 4 and 6 from the yard. Upstairs to you, Mark. Your thoughts here on the first Group 2 of the season?
Always been a fan of Galaxy Patch, Tom. It doesn't seem to matter what distance he races over, he competes and competes terrifically well. He's won over 1,600 metres. He's won his last 2. Vincent Ho and Pierrong, the combination with him. Good draw barrier too. So 4 Galaxy Patch on top. 1 Voyage Bubble goes in for second. He is class. He's had 2 trials back and they've looked good. Barrier number 9, 3-time winner over the 1,600 metres. We know what a really classy animal he is, the Stewards Cup winner. Beauty Eternal's a Group 1 winner. When we last saw him, he was able to get a great run in the Champions Mile and win that. He goes in 2, Zach Purton for John Size, and 5, Red Line, who ran second behind Beauty Eternal. But it certainly doesn't stop there. 4-1-2-5, Paul, for race number 7.
No, it doesn't, because I like the 8, Cheng Cheng Glory. All the conditions of the race really suit him, and I think if he's going to beat these other horses, this is the race it's going to be in. 6.5, he's come in from that 8 that he was earlier on, but still a good price. He's on top. Galaxy Patch now to 1.8. He's in there for second. Voyage Bubble, he's a horse that's won fresh in the past. He's got to carry the big weight, but he's all class. He's a Group 1 winner. And then Beauty Eternal will come on for the run. 8-4-1-2.
Yeah, I'm with 4 on top here. Galaxy Patch, he's 1.8 though, and 1.3. He's certainly on the short side, but I think he's still very much untapped in terms of his ability and his credentials here in Hong Kong. Now, how the race shapes out, I thought it could be a little bit maybe stop-start. They might go a little bit in the early section, back it off down the side, and then go again. I don't think Vincent wants to be too far away. He did want to over-race a little bit in a trial, a couple of trials ago at Sharton when they tried to ride him back. So I don't think they want to be too far away with him today. We'll take him on top. I think he's screwed down with 4 trials ready to go first up. Voyage Bubbles in big weight. I'm not too worried about that. If Ricky Hughes not concerned about it, I wouldn't be too worried about it either here at the handicap conditions. He's 13-1 at the moment. 8's in the third. That is Cheng Cheng Glory, and Beauty Eternal makes it in as well off the back of that win in the Champions Mile over Red Line last time out. The first 4 in that race, of course, were the first 4 home. 4, 1, 8 and 2. A recap of Nick's numbers: 2, 4, 3 and 8. Nick's with Beauty Eternal ahead of Galaxy Patch, Beauty Joy, and also Cheng Cheng Glory, Jenny.
Well, he's just getting resettled there behind the gates, but I thought he looked an absolute treat, Cheng Cheng Glory. So I put him on top from the parade. Lyle Hewitson to ride with 115 pounds. I think he gets a good opportunity here. The 2, Beauty Eternal, is pretty close to being fully fit. He looks in good order, though. Nice and healthy and strong, and he was beautifully behaved. The 4-horse Galaxy Patch, just a little on his toes. Not too hot and bothered behind the gates there, which is good. He looks great as far as his coat goes, and everything else about him was good. He's definitely fit enough. And I thought the 6th Straight Aaron actually presented well. It's probably on the sharp side for him. He's getting a warm-up behind the gates there from Brenton Abdullah. looks fit enough, so I've just put him in as that 4th selection at odds. 8, 2, 4 and 6.
Thank you, Jenny. 8, 2, 4 and 6. There is the Golden Scenery on screen. He's the only runner in the field that has had a run this season, Paul. What's the strategy here for the Group 2?
Patch now drifted out to 1.9. No money for Voyage Bubble. He's not being touched at all. I think 14s is a decent price for a horse who has won fresh up in the past, has won the Derby, but was pretty good over the mile. So he'll go in there as well. More money now coming for Galaxy Patch. He's now back to 1.8. So look, he's probably found his price around the 1.8, 1.9 mark. Chang Cheng Glory at 5.4. Beauty Eternal hasn't moved. He's been rock solid there at 4.5. So he's, we know he's a total number class animal. We got Beauty Joy at 18. Red Lion, he's at 14. Then the horses that are at the big prices, Straight Aaron 39. Last City Blanche is over 50 to 1 now. He's at 52. And the Golden Scenery, the only horse that's had a run this season and did win it, he's at 26.
Let's not forget, Jenny, as well. He's at 13 to 1 at the moment, Voyage Bubble, but he was only a neck away from beating Romantic Warrior in the Gold Cup over the 2,000 metres. And he's not a genuine 2,000-metre horse. He's a genuine miler. It seems an incredible price, really, for him, even though he's got the big weight.
Well, look, he's all class. There is no doubt about that, and he's quite versatile, as we've seen through his racing patterns. Whether or not the big weight, and also he has put on weight, he's put on 22 pounds, is going to tell here. That's my little concern. Also drawn in gate 9, so that's not easy either.
One more final check at the market, Paul.
Yeah, more money for Chang Cheng Glory at 5.1 now. Galaxy Patch at 1.9. Looks like he's going to start odds on in the Group 2.
Okay, we are 56 days away from the second Sunday in December for HKIR 2024. And it all kicks off right here, Mark, with the Group 2 Sha Tin Trophy.
And there's not too many load over there at the 1,600 metres either, Tom. Galaxy Patch back, Cheng Cheng Glory back. In fact, the entire field bar, the Golden Scenery is back. Sha Tin Trophy time. Racing at the 1,600 metres. He was last out, Galaxy Patch. Didn't miss it by much, but he was last out of the gates. And Beauty Eternal, Cheng Cheng Glory both away well. Red Lion third from the Golden Scenery, and then came Beauty Joy. He's fifth on the rail from Voyage Bubble wider. Galaxy Patch has gone past 2. They are La City Blanche and also Straight Aaron, but there's only 5 lengths over the field. It's the Champions Mile winner. It's Beauty Eternal through the first 400 metres. Leading by 3/4 over Cheng Cheng Glory on the outer. The Golden Scenery third and Beauty Joy. He's fairly close handy fourth on the inside. No Luck Voyage Bubble from his draw. He's 3 wide from Straight Aaron the rail. Red Lions in between horses from Galaxy Patch and La City Blanche is last of all. It's Beauty Eternal with a comfortable lead. Halfway in the Sha Tin Trophy, he leads by 3/4 over Cheng Cheng Glory second, Beauty Joy third. Fourth, the Golden Scenery and 3 wide Voyage Bubble sneaking up a bit closer, but he has covered ground. And Galaxy Patch is going to try and take full advantage of that and follow him up out there 3 wide. Straight Aaron next from Red Lion and La City Blanche last and hard ridden. 4:50 to go. Beauty Eternal leads in. Cheng Cheng Glory hard ridden stays on. Voyage Bubble a length away and Galaxy Patch comes to the outside from Beauty Joy. Beauty Eternal, Cheng Cheng Glory, Galaxy Patch a half to their outside from Voyage Bubble. Beauty Eternal, Cheng Cheng Glory, they have been overtaken by Galaxy Patch, who has rounded them up. There's a lineup for the Miners. Geez, a good horse. And Galaxy Patch wins the Sha Tin Trophy from a dead heat between Cheng Cheng Glory and Voyage Bubble. Then either Beauty Joy or Straight Aaron from Beauty Eternal, the Golden Scenery, Red Lion and La City Blanche. Gee, he's a horse. Galaxy Patch, number 4, Vincent Owen, Pierre Rong. Second is very, very close between Voyage Bubble and Cheng Cheng Glory. It doesn't matter the distance. It doesn't matter the way the race is run. It doesn't matter one bit. He finds a way and he's paid 2.1 and 1.1. Zach was able to get a very comfortable lead on Beauty Eternal. Vincent took full advantage of Voyage Bubble being 3 wide. He followed him into the race, and all of a sudden, when Golden 60's gone, I'm not going to say he's Golden 60 by any stretch of the imagination, but he's a pretty damn good replacement for the champ. 133.49. They've ended up inside of standard. He just finds a way, be it 1,000, be it 2,000. He's just damn good. 1,500 metres, he was last out. Galaxy Patch didn't miss it by much, but he was last out of the gates. And Beauty Eternal, Cheng Cheng Glory both away well. Red Line third from the Golden Scenery, and then came Beauty Joy. He's fifth on the rail from Voyage Bubble Wider. Galaxy Patch has gone past two. They are La City Blanche and also Straight Aaron, but there's only 5 lengths over the field. It's the Champions Mile winner. It's Beauty Eternal through the first 400 metres. Leading by 3/4 over Cheng Cheng Glory on the outer. The Golden Scenery third and Beauty Joy. He's fairly close handy fourth on the inside. No Luck Voyage Bubble from his draw. He's 3 wide from Straight Aaron the rail.
Still carrying a little bit of weight too.
Current second favourite is number 7, Jubilant Winner. Did catch the eye, finishing off strongly at his second start here in Hong Kong.
Yeah, not a bad effort from him. Now, he carries no excess. He's actually quite a, not a lean-looking type, but he just looks very fit going into this. He's nicely behaved. He's got a good shine to his coat. He's walking out well with a good attitude. So I will consider him. He's good.
Okay, 4.3. He was 56 to 1 last start when running third behind Super Infinity. On we go to 8, Double Win. In and out runs from him. Here he is second up. Jenny has placed second up last season, but did pull up with blood in the trachea last start.
Yeah, internally might be an issue, but externally the horse is very tall, very rangy. He does look nice and fit. He's very fluent in his walking action as well. Interesting runner. I couldn't dismiss him. I think he's fit enough to run a decent race here, and attitude is very good. So I'm going to give him an each way chance at odds.
Draw nicely in barrier number 1, and he's a decent price if you do like him. Double Wins at 31 and 7. Here's the 9, Happy Daily. He's a horse that we saw win 2 starts ago. Vincent Ho, barrier 8.
Doesn't like his other handler. The ears go back when he got a hold of him there, and so he's a horse that carries a bit of weight around the midsection. He's had that one run in, and he's very sour. He's named Happy, but he's sour. So for me, I'm probably inclined to want to watch him one more time. I think the horse has got, obviously he's a 4-time winner, and he's got numerous placings to his name. So he's handy, but appearance-wise, just so sour today.
It was me looking at Paul when he referred to Celtic Times as one of mine. Dragon 4 Seas at 11 to 1. He was much better last start, Jenny, but he's drawn wide here again.
Yeah, he was. Look, there was money for him last time he stepped out. So just keep an eye on the board for him. He's really neatly put together. He's got a lovely attitude, walking out nice and freely, looks fit and healthy. Not bad. Maybe he can run another decent race here. Don't mind him.
Yeah, I don't mind him either. I've got him in the numbers. Dragon 4 Seas. It was a good run, I thought, behind Divas 12, who ran pretty well earlier in the card. Here's 11, Team Happy. Now, he won 2 starts ago, backed up with a 5th last start.
Yeah, probably a shade disappointing last time he stepped out, but he was impressive when he won. So obviously he's fitter for a couple of runs in. He obviously eats up well. He's a strong-bodied horse, and he carries that little bit of weight around the midsection there. But he's got a great attitude. He's free in his action. He's healthy and strong. So he's good.
Okay, Team Happy, 14 to 1 at the moment for Team Happy. Big win from him 2 starts ago when he was never on the track, and saddle slipped to that start too. Matthew Chadwick and Douglas White to combine here from barrier 12 with this son of Dundeel. Jenny, it's to Strathpether at 25 to 1.
Yeah, look, he's an interesting one because he's obviously got a level of ability, but he's not much to look at. He's a really lightly framed horse. He's only 1,003 pounds. He's dropped another 19 pounds. He's also quite tense here in the parade as well. So he looks fit because he carries no excess whatsoever, but I prefer others on looks.
Yeah, he's at 25 to 1, 26 and 5.8 about Strathpether. And having a good look on the screen there as he comes down. Number 13, Eversmart. The next one we'll look at, Harry Bentley, drawn awkwardly in barrier 14.
I thought his last run at Happy Valley wasn't too bad. Can he bring that form here? We'll wait and see. He's only had the 5 stars. A really good attitude. He's got a long sort of walk, a long sort of stride when he walks in front, but very solid and strong and relaxed. I think he looks well. I think he looks fit enough. So he's there with place claims.
Okay. Eversmart, 37s and 8s. And the boys in the control room tell me we're also going back to Mr. Good Vibes, Jenny, at 43 to 1, who I thought wasn't bad last time out, but he's getting close to that class drop again, which
Yes.
would make him dangerous.
Yeah, look, off a rating of 43, and barrier 11 is going to make it tough for him, but he's actually presented quite nicely here. He's only a small horse. He looks healthy in his coat. He does walk out freely enough. I couldn't find too much wrong with him, to be fair, so I could still leave him there with a place chance as far as looks go.
Yeah, I've always liked Mr. Good Vibes, and was a winner last season in Class 5, so looking forward to him getting down there if he does.
Alexi Bedell riding for David Hall on the son of El Rocker. That is the field. As you can see here, Celtic Times double barrelling as he makes his way out down the walkway there. So he's a little stirred up for...
He heard what you said about it.
Teton. Back with Jenny shortly, the top four. The favourite, Paul, as he's really lashing out, is Stella Swift.
Yeah, full of himself, isn't he? 2.2. Oh, he'll win now that we've said this. Sunny the best at 10, 61, I'm the boss, Lightning Bolt 62, 26, Celtic Times 54, Red Acclaim, Jubilant Winner 4.2, 30 Double Win, 14 Happy Daily, 12 Dragon Forces, 15 Team Happy, 25 Strath Peffer, 37 Ever Smart, Mr. Good Vibes a 44 chance.
Okay, that is the market. Down to you, Jenny. Top four from the paddock, race 8, please.
I thought number 2, Sunny DeBest, presented really well. He's a lovely, strong-bodied horse. He's got a sensible attitude and he walks out really well. He's fresh going into this. He's drawn a bit awkwardly in gate number 9, so he'd need a bit of luck, but I thought he paraded well. I'm going to have him on top of number 1, Stella Swift. I thought he looked good too. I've made him a best. Very short in the market at 2.2, but I think he'll run well. That last run was good, and I like the fact he's stepping up to the 1400 here. Next best, number 8, Double Win. Substantial blood in the trachea last time he stepped out, so internally could be a little cause for concern. There he is on screen, really athletic horse who looks particularly fit and healthy. So I thought at those odds I'd be taking a chance with him. And in of the rest, I thought number 10, Dragon 4Cs. Not an overly big horse, but he's very strong. He's nice and neat, and I thought he looked well. So I'm going to put him in as that 4th selection there. So 2, 1, 8 and 10.
2, 1, 8 and 10. Thank you, Jenny, as runners make their way down to the start here. Remarked for the 8th over the 1,400 metres. A short price favourite here. Stella Swift, is he in?
No, he's not actually. I'm going to risk him here with the top weight and go the best Jubilant Winner at 4.1 and 1.7. With him last time where he ran on well behind Super Infinity. It was backed into favouritism earlier today in a much harder race. His trial since has been good. He goes to 1,400 metres. And it's the best draw he's had so far. So the best race 8, number 7, Jubilant Winner. 10's going in for second, Dragon 4Cs, who raced wide last time and kept on pretty well to run second behind Divas, 12 beaten ahead. He's actually raced wide his last 2, Dragon 4Cs. Unfortunately for him, he's drawn wide again here, but he's been almost good enough to overcome it last time. He goes in for second. 9 Happy Daily in for third. He ran 7th behind Deal Completed. He raced wide last time also, but is a 4-time 1,400 metre winner. Vincent Ho's looking for a race-to-race double. Throw the 2 in. Sunny DeBest. He comes here having placed first up in the past. He finished down the track when we last saw him in June, but his trials have looked good. He's had 2 of them, running well behind a horse called Ocean Impact, who also trialled well at Chungfa through the week, and a second behind Legends and Paul. So 7 the best, Paul to beat 10, 9 and 2.
Yeah, I'll follow you in, Mark. I've got the 7 on top. Good run from him last time. Only had the 2 starts here and drawn nicely in barrier 4. Going to go one with double figures in their second, which is Dragon 4Cs. The best run we've seen from him was his last start. He's only had the 4 runs. He's improving all the time. Stella Swift there in there for third. It was a good second behind Sugar Ball. And then the 2, Sunny DeBest, on the back of that good trial. 7, 10, 1, 2.
Yeah, I went the way in this race of the 9, and that is Happy Daily. He's still quite a well-rated horse, and it's write your own ticket. The field here, basically barring Stella Swift and Jubilant Winner. So I thought he could maybe be some value here. 3 wide, no cover midfield last start, and he wasn't beaten overly far in a race that was leader-dominated by a Deal Completed and a blanket finish there. A 4-time course and distance winner. He's still well-rated. He was a winner 2 starts ago. Stella Swift goes in, just drifts out another point to 2.3. Much better showing midfield. Ran on well wider. Had to avoid heels at the 400 metres. 10's in, and that is Dragon 4Cs. He was an improver definitely last time out off a good trial, and it was a big run from him beaten by Divas 12, who was beaten a couple of races ago here. And Jubilant Winner goes and placed at a big price last time out. Zach's trialled the horse since then, and he rides for Jamie Richards. So 9, 1, 10 and 7, Nick.
Yeah, look, I like 2 here. Sonny DeBest on his return to action. I know he was disappointed when we last saw him, but I thought his trial recently was pretty good, and he's still quite a lightly raced horse. I think there might be a bit more still to come, and at a decent price, I was willing to take on those shorter odds. Stella Swift in for second, going up in trip, I think, can suit this fellow. He has run a decent race over 14 in the past, but his first up run was good. David Hayes has had a winner already this afternoon. That horse there, Jubilant Winner, in for third. Look, he was third last time at a huge price. Now, he's got to prove that was no sort of flash in the pan, as it were, at 56 to 1. But I wouldn't be shocked if it wasn't, because he looks like he could be improving still, and he's got a good draw. Zach Purton is on, so we'll certainly keep him very much on side. And Dragon Forces, good run last time, and he just went down by a head behind Divas 12. He's drawn wide, which is the concern. He's not had much luck with the barriers. They put him up 2 pounds, but that was course and distance last time on similar ground. So a similar run, we'll see him in the frame, I feel. 2, 1, 7, 10, Jenny.
I have 3 of those numbers on looks. I thought the 2 paraded really well. That's Sonny DeBest. So he's making his debut here. He may be in need of a run, but he's such a strong-bodied horse anyway. He looks healthy. He was beautifully behaved. He walked out really well, and his trial was good. So got him on top of number 1, Stella Swift. I've made my best. Thought he paraded well too. He looks nice and fit going into this. This is second up for him. Hugh Bowman to ride. I think the 1400 should suit him. So he's in there. I thought the 8 was next best. That's Double Win, who's had 7 starts for a couple of seconds on the board. Well drawn in gate number 1 here. Hopefully he can jump well and make good use of that. He's really athletic, looks very fit. And I thought the 10 was next best. That's Dragon Forces. I know the team like him a little bit as well, and I thought he presented really quite nicely too. Not overly big, but neat and fit and well behaved. 2, 1, 8 and 10.
Okay, there they are down behind the gates here, around about 90 seconds out from this race number 8. There is Team Happy on screen. Port's a very lopsided market here. 2 right in the market, and next best is 9 to 1. Write your own ticket the rest.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Jenny's best is in this, which is Stella Swift. Mark's best is in this, which is Jubilant Winner. Now, they're the 2 that you mentioned are fighting it out. So they'll go in the play. Going to throw in one of double figures with it, that Dragon Forces that we've all talked about. It looks good, and we've all sort of got them in our numbers somewhere along the way. So we'll make it the 1, 7 and 10 play there. Next one in, probably Sonny DeBest. That's one I liked. I fought on the back of his trial, but 1, 7, 10. But as you say, those are the 2 in single figures, which is Stella Swift and Jubilant Winner. Bit of money coming for Strathpether at a big price. He's into 23. He's looking through the exotics. Double Win. There's a couple of double exotics going through Double Win. I know Jenny suggested he's looking really good. He's a big price, 30 and 7.3. Also a couple through Happy Daily, and he's at 14s. So if you do like anything outside the 2 favourites here, you'll get, as you said, you're going to get quite well rewarded as such. Other ones, the 14, Mr. Good Vibes. There's a few exotics going through him at a big price. He was 44 earlier on. He's now down to 41. So keep an eye on his win and place price, because it does come in with a lightweight, does Mr. Good Vibes.
The favourite, Stella Swift, was formerly known as Stella Olympus when he was trained by the Hayes boys. He was a 2-year-old winner at Flemington prior to arriving here in Hong Kong. There is Strathpether, Nick. He's coming in for some support. He's green lamped at 19 to 1 here. Well, he was green lamped. He's back out to 20 to 1 now. But he's normally pretty honest, but he's got barrier 12 to contend with here, and had a bit of a bump with the winner, Mastermind last time out.
He did, yeah. Look, and I think you certainly, I tend to agree for sure. Like he's pretty honest, isn't he? I mean, he doesn't win all that often. Just won from 21, and the wide draw is going to be a bit of a concern. But look, he was certainly not the worst on his seasonal reappearance. He was a 16 to 1 shot that day. He was beaten a couple of lengths, and you'd like to think he could certainly strip fitter for it. So he's an interesting one, but he is £6 higher than his only win, which came off 40 in a class 4. So look, there's money for him, but I was happy enough just to watch him today.
Not many left to come in here, Jenny. Just quickly, Happy Daily still well rated. Wasn't far away in a leader-dominated race last start. How was he looking?
Sour, but he was sour 2 starts ago when he was able to win. So that's just his personality. Very ears back and just not happy with his handler.
Yeah, he didn't like
or one of them.
One of them anyway. Could have been both. Could have been both. He is in the market there at 13 to 1. Mark, we come to you. Favourite Stella Swift at the top of the order here, 2.4. Still some money coming for Strathpether.
There is a top 19 and 5.1 for number 12 as Lightning Bolt goes in. We wait for I Am the Boss. And one more, Sunny to Best will move in before I Am the Boss. 10 and 2.9, Sunny to Best, I Am the Boss, big odds. This is race 8. First leg of the late treble, green, the 5, the 8, the 11 and the 12 now. A lot of late moves. Racing. Good line away at the 1400. 2, I Am the Boss from an inside draw. Takes up the early lead, though. Over Celtic Time second and handy in the early stages of the race. 2, Dragon, 4 Season, Team Happy. Then Jubilant Winner from Strathpeffer on the inside. Double Win, Sunny to Best. 3/4 to Stella Swift from Eversmart wide. Red Acclaim the rail. And then came Lightning Bolt, Happy Daily and Mr. Good Vibes is 2.5 lengths away last of all. Well, he's not wide from his draw, Dragon 4 Seas. He had the pace to zip over and he finds the rail. He leads a length over Team Happy and I Am the Boss running third. Strathpeffer, he's wide fourth. And in between horses is Celtic Times. Double Wins on the inside of Jubilant Winner and 3 wide Sunny to Best following Strathpeffer out there. From Stella Swift and Lightning Bolt, Red Acclaim. And then Happy Daily, Eversmart second last, and Mr. Good Vibes is last of all. Leader is Dragon 4 Seas, by a neck over Team Happy. 3 wide Strathpeffer pushed along, Jubilant Winner into the open 4 out. Then I Am the Boss, Celtic Times and Sunny to Best. Leader Dragon 4 Seas, Team Happy, Jubilant Winner outside of them. And then Stella Swift, who's worked through into second or third now from Sunny to Best. Jubilant Winner is the leader. He's a length Dragon 4 Seas and Stella Swift. It's Jubilant Winner, Stella Swift. It's a ping-pong go in the table tennis, but Stella Swift, too good. Beat home Jubilant Winner, Dragon 4 Seas. And then came Double Win, Strathpeffer. Next in is Team Happy, followed across then by Happy Daily, I Am the Boss, Red Acclaim, Sunny to Best, Eversmart, Lightning Bolt, Celtic Times, and Mr. Good Vibes was the last one in. Jenny's Best Home, number 1, Stella Swift, Hugh Bowman a double, 3.6 and 1.6. Has knocked off the 7, Jubilant Winner, Zach Purton at 2 a place, and 10 Dragon 4 Seas at 2.9. Gee, there were some late moves there. The 2 went green, win and place. The 8 went green, win and place. Same about the 9. The 11 backed on a win line, and the 12 backed win and place. Saw Stella Swift drift to 3.6 and 1.6. Top weight, 135 pounds. It was a bit like Family Jewel. Same sort of thing. Patient, Hugh, through the middle. And 2 strong at the end. 1, 7, 10 and 8 have been confirmed on the running of the 8th. Start number 7, win number 1. Formerly Stella Olympus would have been the Omen tip if they didn't change his name. It matters not. 121.62 is inside standard. The rowing and table tennis, 1400 to Stella Swift. Good line.